Welcome to the Glanz Publishing Services podcast. Today, Dean Fischer sits down with author David Koning to discuss his book, Wag and a Prayer. Join us as we explore the inspiration, story, and message behind this remarkable work.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Glanz Publishing Podcast. Today we have a truly special guest with us, a man who has defied every odds. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. David Koning. Hey there, David. Thank you so much for taking the time out for us. How are you?
You're welcome, Dean.
All right, so David, our listeners are ready to hear from you, so let's get right into it, shall we? So David, for those of us who may not know you, introduce yourself for us, would you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, a little bit about your early life.
My name is David Koning. I'm 39 years old. I live in Laguna Beach, but I grew up in San Jose, California. I was there most of my life, and then I moved into Southern California in 2001.
All right. So David, tell us a little bit about your early life and your medical challenges. Is it true that you were born with half a heart? That's interesting.
Yes, I was born with half a heart, and I'm one of the oldest individuals that is still living with this condition. And I also was dead for 6 minutes and came back to life.
Oh,
And I also made it through 3 open heart surgeries.
oh, wow. Wait a second. So you just said it like a matter of fact, you were actually dead for 6 minutes, like clinically
Yes,
dead. Wow. Oh,
yes,
wow. And then you said that you're the oldest person right now alive with this condition.
yes,
Wow. Well, David, your life has been anything but ordinary, of course, with these medical challenges. And so you were born with it, right? Like right from the very start, you had these medical challenges.
yes.
And so, David, what does that do to a child, of course? Because as a child, as children, we all want to just play and be normal kids, of course, right? Being that you had only half a heart with all these medical challenges, what was your childhood like? Can you talk to us a little bit about it?
My childhood was different. I was not a normal child, and my parents had put me into special school, and I was in a unique situation, and I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't walk till I was 4, and so basically, until I was 4 years old, I was just crawling around.
Wow. Wow. And then where does the sports come in? Because I do understand that you have been very much involved in sports and you enjoy that camaraderie and that the brotherhood of like a sports team. So I could imagine like with this medical condition, you wouldn't be clear to actually do a lot of physical excursion. So where did sports come in your life and what was that like?
Well, I did play on Special Olympics basketball for a couple years,
Wow. Okay.
and then I started coaching or assistant coaching my brother and sister's school because they also did sports in high school. And then when I moved down here in 2001 and went to high school from 2004 to 2008, I was the volleyball manager and the basketball coach for the school, boys and girls, for 13 seasons.
Wow, congratulations. That's amazing. So talk to us a little bit about that. Like, how was that experience being the manager and the coach, knowing that you can't really give it your all physically, but the spirit in you was still there. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, it was fun just on a daily basis. I would be at practice with all, different types of girls and boys, just trying to help them get better at what they were trying to achieve, trying to find out what they wanted to achieve, um, what they wanted to do, like if they wanted to play basketball in college, what or why they chose to do basketball or volleyball, and just to kind of get to know them better and go into their lives.
I understand. Very cool. All right. So, David, now from your personal medical extraordinary challenges to then finding your way into sports and understanding the sportsmanship and then helping others, that really bled into helping the community at large, didn't it? Like, let's talk about, your organization and what you do.
Okay, well, I started my organization back in high school,
Mm,
and it was called Changing Children's Lives.
mm.
I came up with the name because I was in a special, department of the school for um, special needs.
And that brings me to this question, David, that do you remember the first event that you organized and what was going through your mind at that time? How rewarding must it have been?
Well, I did it when I was back in high school. It was for my birthday. I did it at a NBA game, um, for the Warriors and the Clippers. And after I did the event with the Clippers, they came out to the house and did a feature on my story and my organization.
All right, very cool. Very cool. So, David, now going from a child born with half a heart, being dead for 6 minutes as a kid, these are some heavy things that you started your life with, right? Going from that to helping other kids, that's a very big change. And then furthermore, not only does your organization help with the involvement and inclusivity of the disabled children across the United States, as you said, also you have decided to transition into being a published author. We have worked together, Glanz Publishing Services and yourself, on getting your first book out and so that you can be a published author. So first off, congratulations on being a published author. How does that feel to be a published author now?
It feels very rewarding, and I know that I'm going to be helping out a lot of people using this book in so many ways. In fact, I can show you a copy of it where people could, uh, first of all, find out what it looks like, and then I can tell them about it a little bit.
Absolutely. Are those behind you? Are those the books? Yes, let's take a look at that. I'm
Yes,
sure our viewers would love to take a look at the book. Let's take a sneak peek. Beautiful.
it's like this.
Wag and a prayer. All
And
right.
you can find it on Amazon. Yeah, and you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Kindle. You can find it on barnesandnoble.com.
Beautiful.
It's called A Wagon of Prayer. So
Hmm.
uh, you just type in Wagon of Prayer in a search engine and it should come up.
Beautiful. So, Wag and a prayer, I see that there's a dog on there as well. In your own words, tell us a little bit about this story.
Well, like I said, I wrote it when I was back in high school. And the main reason that I wrote it was I was trying to convince my mom and dad to get me a disabled or one of those special disabled dogs.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't really work the first time,
Okay.
but it now look what it's done.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. All's well that ends well, as they say. So, there is in the book, there is a dog named Peppy. So, what's so special about Peppy? Let's talk about that, shall we?
Pep in a special school for disabled and disabled. Uh, I put him in, or I found him in a school that was training dogs for disabled individuals.
Mm,
And there's a lot of these dogs that can do so many different things depending on the diagnosis.
mm,
And I chose a uh, dog that can detect seizures because that's what I have, epilepsy. So I was thinking about how I could get one of these dogs, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get one. So if anyone wants to uh, help me, maybe raise money for this, and I can, when I go on these tours or wherever this book leads me, I have a dog with me so I could match the book. So it looks like this.
all right. All right. So the viewers can expect a book tour coming soon, hopefully, and then they get to meet Peppy in real life. That's very cool. All right.
If I can pull off getting the dog. I don't know if I can. That's why I'm asking all the viewers to help me either find a place that has one or that can that they that's part of their organization. They're very special.
Right.
And yeah, it would be my long dream to get a service dog, and that's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, because now that I have a picture like this with a dog on it,
Yeah.
um, mom and dad have to get me a dog, otherwise it's bad advertising. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Let's get the hunt for Peppy on. We're gonna find David Peppy. That's beautiful. So, David, the book is beautiful. You're a published author now. Congratulations. You're impacting children's life in more than one ways, and all of them for the best. So when somebody gets this book for the children out there, for the boys and girls, and for the parents as well, what message do you want them to get from this book?
Well, inspiration, motivation, uh, that you can do whatever you put your mind to, and that's how I've done it. And I've been tenacious at this. And but the question is, what are people thinking about doing with their lives?
Mm,
I made a quote up saying, "You only have one life, don't waste it."
mm.
And that's what I'm writing about in my next book, because
Oh,
I'm starting another book.
all
So
right.
this one's going to be a little more adult,
Okay.
but and I would look at my disabilities, and I want to learn more about what I have and how to treat it. And I think that as far as the epilepsy is concerned, I think this dog would really help me just feel more independent. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 So that's amazing scoop there, David. So there are more books in the future. You just said that you are working on a book that is more for the grown-ups. Tell us a little bit about that. Can we get the first look at it, perhaps, in your own words?
Well, this one's going to be Christian because I was raised in a Christian home, and
Right.
this one's going to be more Christ based or Christian based,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use some verses from the Bible in it,
Right.
and hopefully I'll have one for children, and then I'll have one for adults, which will be a little more serious
Gotcha. Right.
because, like I said, you only have one life, don't waste it. So the question is, what are you going to do with your life until you know, because we never know how long we're going to live. So, you know,
Right. While we're here, make enough difference so that people can live in a better world. Right. I completely agree with that. That's beautiful. Great sentiment. Couldn't have said it better myself, David. And finally, how was your experience with Glance Publishing Services thus far? I know this was your first book, so tell us a little bit more about that.
well, they offer a lot of services, and they've been a really great partner um, for me in this book and in this journey. And I would not um, I would not hesitate to use them again because um, you've been a great resource,
Well,
Dean,
thank you. Thank
in
you.
my uh, in my journey doing this.
Right. Thank you. Your words, your sentiments, and especially we're just happy that we're able to provide you with the best service possible. And I'm glad that we made your first book experience a good book experience. And now the book is out. It's out, you said, on Kindle. It's on Barnes and Noble. And ladies and gentlemen, you can also help Mr. David Koning raise funds for the good cause that he does by visiting his website. We can show the website over here as well so that people can go and donate for this great cause. You have it here, folks. David Koning is a force to be reckoned with. Make sure to check out the new book, Wagon a Prayer, which is out now on Kindle and on Barnes and Noble. It will also be out in bookstores near you pretty soon. Any last words that you want to tell our viewers, David?
Just try to live life to the fullest every day. And again, if anyone wants to help me raise money for this dog that I want, that I think would really benefit me, they can reach out to me via email or they can call me on my phone. Let's do this together. Like I said, you only have one life, don't waste it.
Right, make
So
it count. Hmm.
the question is, what are you going to do? The question is, what are you going to do with yours?
Very good. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Fisher here from Mr. David Koning signing off from Glanz Publishing Podcast. Be kind and good night, everybody. Thank you, David.